Welcome parents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, friends, Genoa staff, Board of Education members, and of course you, the class of 2018. Each year, Commencement Day, while so exciting for each of you graduates, is so bittersweet for many of us. It's a day that we say, you did it, best of luck, and hope to see you soon to over 94 students who are sitting in front of us, many of whom I've loved like my own since your freshman year. Today is not possible without many people. A special thank you to Ms. Lauren Shainwell and Mrs. Caitlin Zazda for the endless amount of hours they put forward for our seniors this week. Also, our custodial staff, and specific Tommy Lutke, for the additional hours in preparing for today's special event. Our program artist this year, Senior Valerie Markwood. And thank you to Benches for our beautiful flower arrangements. Finally, thank you to our Genoa staff for their passion, dedication, and helping to mold and develop our 2008 graduates. At this time, I would like to introduce to the podium our superintendent, Mr. Mike Ferguson.
Thank you, and welcome. At this time, I would like to take a moment this weekend. We honor those that have served, are currently serving, or are planning to deploy for training in any of the branches of our service. We'd like to honor the sacrifice you have made for our freedom by please standing to be recognized. So anyone who has served, is currently serving in the military, would you please stand at this time? I know sometimes that phrase, thank you for your service, can seem trite compared to what you have, many of you have gone through. But please understand that from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize some retiring staff and some staff that is moving on. If I could have the calling people stand if they are here: Kathleen Bresson, Brenda Murphy, Dan Dittman, Shoni Brunkhurst, Carrie Bueller, Connie Winters. This group combined has about 500 years collective service. Or so it seems sometimes. They have poured their hearts and souls into their time here in Genoa. They have given time, effort. Their dedication is above and beyond reproach. Their love for our kids, which is the most important thing, is also above reproach. And I just want to take this moment to thank them, commend them, and wish them all the best in what comes next for them. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. We would like to recognize a couple things with our graduates this morning. You'll notice that some of our students are wearing blue and gold cords. Those are representative of their FFA affiliation. The maroon and gray cords symbolize their top 10 placement in the class. The cords that are red, white, and blue symbolize those students who are moving on to serve our country. And then finally, you'll notice that students have the medallions on. Those are to represent their top 10 placement. I would also like to recognize and thank our Scholarship Foundation for the opportunities that our students have been blessed with this year. And Mrs. Milushnik will touch upon that. Well, each year, I briefly address the senior class at commencement with a message that ties back into their school theme way back freshman year in the month of September. As freshmen, your theme centered around crossing the line. We looked at the 7 me's I am. Remember, they were the me I think I am, the me others see, the me I used to be, the me I want to be, the me I really am, the me others try to make me, and the me I try to project. For the sake of practicality, I focused you on the year on 2 of them, the me I used to be and the me I want to be. Today I ask you, graduates, what was the me you used to be while in high school? The last 4 years, what did you stand for? Whom did you become? Did you accomplish everything you set out to reach? While there were times when you challenged yourself to cross the line and be something greater, accomplish something you had never dreamed you could, created friendships with individuals who were different from you, did you achieve the success where you invested your time and energy into it? Now, part of the class of 2018, I ask you, what is the me you want to be? What will be the next line that you cross? Will it drive you towards greatness and success? What kind of person, friend, family member, colleague, professional, leader, parent, someday grandparent will you be? Today is a new beginning, a starting point, an opportunity to either build off of what you've created about yourself or start completely fresh. Be guarded. What you say, how you act, what you do, how you treat others, what you tweet, post, Snapchat. They all are a direct representation of you. Today, I am confident you are equipped with the necessary tools to begin your future. With your high school diploma in your hand and your foundation established, it's time for you to pursue greatness. And whatever that next step might look like for you. This afternoon, I give you a gift. Something that resembles the string that I gave you your freshman year. Wear it or hang it where you see it frequently. Let it be a reminder to challenge yourself, to cross the line into something greater. While you do that, always remain grounded in the person that you are, the natural God-given talents that you have been blessed with. And finally, remember that you matter. You have purpose. This world needs you. Your family and I, we love you, and God bless you. At this time, I would like to introduce Sophie Trainer, who will be giving our opening remarks to our graduates.
Welcome parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, boyfriends, girlfriends, students, teachers, administrators, and especially the class of 2018. It is amazing to look around at you and realize that I have known most of you since 2004. It seems like a lifetime ago that we took our first steps into Bruner Elementary, but now we have taken our last test, had our last fire drill, closed our lockers for the last time, and had to say goodbye to the school that we have known for years. We have been anxiously waiting for this day for years, and now it's finally here. There is something about this day that makes us all feel like we are ready to jump into our futures. But it's not this ceremony, or these goofy hats, or these diplomas that prepare us. It's the endless support that we have received from everyone in this room. So yes, each and every one of us is ready to take that first step. But before we jump, before we take off, I want you all to look in the crowd and find your family, or your favorite teachers, or anyone that has made your journey possible. Find those important people and wave to them. I asked you to do this because it is so important that each and every one of you never take for granted who helped you reach this moment and where you came from. This school and these people have been there ready to pick you up if you fall since the first day of kindergarten. And just because we are graduating does not mean that will change. Ms. Bueller, along with the rest of our teachers and advisors, have and will continue to be our biggest supporters. If there is one thing that Genoa High School has instilled in us, it is that we each have the potential to be successful in life. But if we so happen to struggle, lose hope, or fall on our journey to success, we will be okay because of all these hands that will be there ready to pick us up. I hope you never forget the support you received from your teachers, family, and our phenomenal principal. We all have to remember how lucky we are to have the support that we do, because there is no community like this, there are no fans like the Comets, and there is no class like this. Now sit back, take a deep breath, and pay attention, because today marks the first day of your future, and you've worked so hard to get here. Thank you.
After 13 years of hard work and learning to balance the intense course load, Brooke Bryant and Benjamin Mitri have earned the honor of addressing their graduating class as your valedictorians. Brooke and Ben will also be the recipient of the Genoa Academic Committee Excellence Scholarship. This $500 scholarship is awarded to the graduating valedictorians. At this time, I would like to introduce Brooke Bryant for our first valedictorian address.
Welcome, students, staff, families, and friends. First, I would like to take a moment to thank the people in my life that have helped to get me where I am today. The staff at Genoa are caring, wise, and dedicated educators that have helped guide me on the right path to success. My family has been supportive and has encouraged me to strive to be a better student and person. My friends and peers, I've loved growing up with you all. Words cannot describe the impact you've left on me, so thank you all so much. Of course, it is an honor to be the 2018 valedictorian of GHS. I worked hard for this, and it is my biggest accomplishment thus far. It was a challenge to choose a topic for this speech that would have meaning to each person here today. The topic I've decided upon is so simple yet so impactful: kindness. George Saunders, a popular author, delivered the convocation speech at Syracuse University for the class of 2013. He spoke of his biggest regret in life. Do you know what it was? His biggest regret was his failures of kindness. The times when he could have stepped in to do something kind for somebody else that was suffering, but he didn't. I'm sure each of you right now can think of a time that you have failed in kindness. A time when you saw someone being picked on, a time when you saw someone in need, a time when you could have done something, said something, reached out and helped, but chose to be reserved and hoped that someone else would do it instead. Kindness is universal. It crosses all genders, races, and languages. Whether kindness is just one simple action or a grand gesture, the way that it makes someone feel can be life-changing. It can transfer and multiply to touch many lives. We are each starting from the same place here today. Our future begins right now. We're going off in many different directions. Some will be going off to college in the fall, some have signed on to the military, and some will jump right into the workforce. Regardless of the path you've chosen for yourself, the one thing we can each carry with us and use to guide our future actions is kindness. Kindness costs nothing. It is an admirable quality, and it's the easiest thing to do. Kindness is the opportunity that we all have every day to improve the world. Graduates, on your chairs you will find a homemade worry stone stamped with the words, "Be kind." I encourage all of you to put this in a place where you will see it every day, just as a gentle reminder to not only be kind, but to share kindness around you. This stone can inspire you to have the courage to be kind, or it can reassure you when you need some kindness for yourself. You can put it in your pocket so that every time you feel the weight of it, you can think of the impact that one gesture will leave on someone. Put it on your desk at work or at school as a reminder to smile more. Put it in your car as a reminder to have more patience. Put it anywhere that will remind you to be kind every single day. Remember, we all come from different walks of life, and we are all going in different directions, but the one thing that we all possess is the ability to be kind to those around us. Wherever you may go, whatever future you may choose, whoever you may be kind. Thank you, and good luck, class of 2018.
At At this time, I would now like to call forward Benjamin Nitri to give his valedictory address.
I would like to thank Mrs. Bueller for being an incredible principal. You will truly be missed. Thank you to all the teachers for implanting the knowledge and valuable skills needed to take on what follows. Thank you, friends and family, for supporting us throughout our 13 years of schooling. I would like to start with a story about a man and his passion. You probably have one of his products in your pocket right now. I'm talking about the co-founder of Apple, Mr. Steve Jobs. When Mr. Jobs was born, his mother was struggling and had the desire for her son to go to college. She decided to put him up for adoption with the requirement for him to go to college. Steve was adopted by a family who themselves never went to college. They promised, and he was now officially part of the family. He went to college, but later dropped out because the cost of tuition was blowing his parents' hard-earned savings. After dropping out, he took a calligraphy class, which later helped in the development of the font on the Macintosh computers. Steve Wozniak and Jobs started in his parents' garage and in 10 years created a $2 billion company. As a college dropout, Mr. Jobs saw the opportunity to do something he thought he might enjoy by taking that calligraphy class. This reminds me of one saying most of us heard in 8th grade, carpe diem. This is probably the biggest thing I took away from Mr. Gibson's class. This saying is Latin for seize the day. Opportunity has already shown itself to all of us in the form of graduation. This could be the opportunity to pursue college, a family business, skilled trades, or the armed forces. Each of us have already taken opportunities that have presented themselves to us. Whether that be Shad going into the Navy, or Andrew going to the University of Toledo for nursing. It is a huge decision on going to college or not, where you go, and what you do, whether that be your major or job you choose to do after high school. It would consist of a lot of hard work. More and more opportunities will continue to appear as we continue our lives. Just like Steve Jobs, these opportunities will define our mark we leave on the world. Take the chance, put in the work, and dream big. You are your biggest roadblock. Get out of your own way. There is no feeling worse than looking back and thinking, what if? Continue to seize every opportunity that comes your way, for if you don't, someone else will. While looking for inspiration, I came across this quote by Orson Swett Martin. Don't wait for extraordinary opportunities. Seize common occasions and make them great. Weak men wait for opportunities. Strong men make them. Thank you.
After years of academic excellency, Leah Bricker has earned the honor to address her graduating class as your salutatorian.
To the class of 2018, we finally made it. After 13 years of homework, exams, and projects, we are all sitting here together, ready to graduate. Many of us here have become close friends with each other, or maybe only a few words were exchanged in the hall here and there. Either way, we made it here as one class. I may not have been at Genoa as long as most of you, but I have learned that Genoa has the most outstanding and talented teachers, who make it their goal to have their students achieve great honors and make their dreams come true. Not only are the teachers admirable, but also the full staff at Genoa is exceptional. I personally don't know how the teachers and staff put up with us kids every day, but I do know that they care for us and wake up every morning to make sure that we achieve our goals and step forward into a bigger future. It is an honor to be the salutatorian of our 2018 class, and I couldn't have done it without the help of my teachers, friends, and family. I also achieved this honor with my own hard work, but that can only get me so far. The teachers are always there to give me help when it's needed, and to be honest, help is always needed in order to excel. My friends can be considered as a support group after all the stress we went through together. Without them, I, and maybe some of you, would have had mental breakdowns and completely lost focus of goals. But most importantly, I want to thank my parents. My parents pushed me from the beginning to be a great student. It also helped that they paid my school fees and for my lunches, but without that push from my parents, I don't know where I would have ended up, and I'm glad both of them were supportive throughout my entire school career. I'm not sure what everyone's dreams are or what you want to accomplish in life, but like my coach says, dream big and never let any failures destroy that dream. It's better to try and fail than fail to try. How many times have we heard this phrase through our school career? Whether it be from a coach, a teacher, or the principal, the meaning stays the same. Some say risk nothing, try only for the sure thing. But if this was true, then mankind would never step forward into the future. What one may see as a failure, another may see it as progress. We are here today because of all the failures that led to success. Success is most likely never to be achieved right away without a few failures here and there. I am sure that many of us here had some failed tests or projects, but if we stopped trying there, then we wouldn't be sitting here now. What would that motion leave us? The answer is regret. Regret with words of what if and maybe if I tried harder, or if only I. And let me tell you, that is probably one of the worst feelings one can feel. Be the best you can be. This statement does not only apply to academics and sports. It applies to everything in life. It applies to one's job, attitude, friendship, education, and more. Why stop now after all the hard work you put in to get to this one point in life? Keep going forward and living your life to the fullest. One's best is only what he or she thinks is best, not what others may think. Going through life is harder than any exam one is taken through high school or college, but that isn't a bad thing. If life was easy, what would be the point? There would be no more discoveries or inventions to be made, no more knowledge to be gained. But most importantly, people would never need to be their best. Today, I will leave you all with one important thing. If you go through life being the best you can be, then you will live a life with no regrets. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2018.
As our seniors take their places for their final musical performance as Genoa High School students, I'd like to thank each of them for developing and using their talents in the areas of music. Thank you, Mr. Edwards, for transforming their love of music into outstanding musicians.
Oh
class of 2018 is Mr. Brett Strickland. Brett graduated from Perry High School in Michigan in 2002 and then went on to pursue a bachelor's in English from Indiana Wesleyan University. Brett went on to earn a master's in English from Miami of Ohio, as well as a master's in education from the University of Toledo. Brett married his beautiful wife, Angela, and have been married for 11 years, and together they have 2 children, Simone, who is 6, and 4-year-old Abbott. Brett's career in education began in 2007, where he traveled to West Africa to teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade English. Upon return to the States, Brett taught composition at Miami University as an adjunct professor while completing his second master's work. Brett was hired at Genoa in 2013, where he currently teaches honors and sophomore English, as well as coaches our cross-country program. It is an honor to welcome to the podium Mr. Brett Strickland.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? I'm assuming you laughed because nobody's going to say good. You guys doing okay? Still with me? All right.
Love you, Brett.
So some of you have shared a classroom with me for 3 years now, so it's an honor to be here with you today, addressing you one final time before you walk out the doors of Genoa High School to start the next chapter of your life. You guys are always going to be a class that holds a special place in my heart because you were the first students that I taught here at Genoa all the way back when I was still your student teacher and you were 7th graders getting stripes and listening to One Direction, which some of you guys probably still do, but I remember you wearing the t-shirts. So it's hard to believe that was 6 years ago, and for me, and I hope for some of you guys, it's a reminder of how fast time is going to go. Flash forward 6 years from now and you're all going to be in a very different place. So I'm not going to talk long, and I actually wanted to tell you a story about something that had an impact on me shortly after I graduated from high school and continues to affect me today. When I was an education major back in college, I signed up to tutor at a juvenile detention facility once a week. Every Tuesday at 6:30, a group of students met in the parking lot, piled into a white university van, and made the half-hour trip to kid jail, as my professor jokingly called it. I was the only male, and I had a lot of jokes that I started to write in there that I cut out later, but I was the only male, so all the girls in the van were dropped off first, and then I was driven to another building 5 minutes away. If you're picturing a prison with barbed wire fences, jail cells, or hardened teenagers, and I definitely was when I signed up, this place was different. The building I entered had a large common room with a TV in the corner and maybe a dozen bedrooms off to the side. The kids inside weren't teenagers either. Most of them were in elementary school. They all wore gray sweatpants and gray sweatshirts and the same matching black slippers. An aide led me to a small corner desk and called the first kid over. Every Tuesday for 9 months, I sat at that desk for an hour, and then my professor would pick me up, and I would join the girls in the van to drive back to campus, and I will tell you that our experiences never seemed the same. The girls, I discovered, worked with teenagers, while I worked with kids. The girls talked about the resistance they got from the people that they worked with, and I always had a line of kids waiting for help. Finally, at the end of the year on a van ride home, my professor explained the difference. The girls were working with teenagers who had committed crimes. My building, away from the others, was not simply a detention facility. The kids I was working with were too young for traditional juvenile detention, but they couldn't go home. They had all been placed there because of abuse or neglect. Most of them, my professor told me, were also up for adoption, which, he added, probably wouldn't happen for them given their age and background. I tell you that story because it was one of my first experiences with public service, and it exposed me to the need that every community has for people who are willing to sacrifice their time and their talent. The second reason I wanted to share that story is because up to this point in your life, you have been the one who received support. You are the one that your family, your teachers and your coaches have been pouring into. But after today, in this next chapter of your life, I invite you to step over the threshold and be a person, be a citizen who invests in others the same way that this community invested in you. Each of you sitting here today has a gift or a talent. Yes, use those to pursue your hopes and dreams. But here's something that you might not hear at every commencement address. Your dreams and your goals should not define your life. Whether your gift is teaching, or sports, or serving, use it to invest in the lives of others. Tutor. Shoot hoops with the neighbor kid once a week. Serve meals at Cherry Street Mission. The world today needs people who are willing to do more than just share articles on social media. We need people who are willing to sign up, who are willing to enlist, who are willing to get their hands dirty in the problems that our communities face. And I'll tell you something else I learned from those Tuesday evening sessions back in college. When you are generous with your time and your talents, you really aren't sacrificing anything at all. Sitting with those kids, I wasn't wrapped up in my own ambitions or my own problems. Somehow, by pouring my energy into someone else, I was the one who left re-energized. My wife and I always said we were going to look into foster care when our kids were older and life wasn't so chaotic. But recently, The Blade ran an article about the need for foster families in Northwest Ohio, due in part to the opioid epidemic. And we both thought, why not? Are we ever going to have an abundance of time? Are we ever going to have the perfect amount of money? I doubt it. So we're going to start the required classes next weekend, and we're going to see where the process takes us. Here's what I want to leave you with. Everyone in this gym today is proud of you. You are incredible people with unique gifts that this community has tried to foster in you for the past 18 years. You are equipped and ready to make a change in the messy, broken world that we live in. So put down your phones and go do it. Don't wait for a degree. Don't wait for a promotion. Don't wait for the perfect amount of money. Go make this community proud by investing in others the same way that we invested in you. Thanks a lot. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Strickland. What a great message. Genoa Area Schools is about educating world-class kids to become world-class leaders. Young people of influence truly prepared to make a difference in whatever pursuit they aspire. I'd like to welcome to the podium Mr. Ferguson, Superintendent of Genoa Area Local Schools, to introduce the members on the stage this afternoon.
First of all, today I would like to introduce our board members to my left, Mr. Tom Cashin, Mr. Chrissy Lewis, Vice President, Jeff Trainer, Aaron Wolf, and our President, Laura Mackey. Brett Strickland, our Treasurer, Bill Nye, Guidance Counselor, Maria Malushnik, and the lady over here doesn't need any introduction here to us.
Our guidance counselor, Mrs. Maria Malushnik, would like to share with you exciting information on our scholarship recipients, as well as recognizing those students who have earned an honors diploma.
I love getting up here and being able to see all of your faces from here. Gosh, I've loved being your school counselor for the last 4 years, guys. It's been an incredible journey. I'm so happy to be a part of it today. Good afternoon, class of 2018, faculty, family members, and friends. At this time, I would like to recognize our graduating seniors who have been offered scholarships from colleges, universities, our incredible Genoa Area Local Schools Scholarship Foundation, and the many other outside organizations that provide scholarship money. We have a very impressive group of young men and women in front of us this afternoon. Many of our graduating seniors have put forth a great deal of effort to earn scholarships to assist them in their educational pursuits, and I'm honored to recognize them for their time and their effort. Would any student who has earned a scholarship for next year, the 2018-19 school year, please stand? And the students that are going to be standing, whether you turned it into the program or not, that doesn't matter. Just go ahead and stand if you got a scholarship. The students standing in front of you are eligible to receive well over $1 million in scholarship money over the next 4 years. By the end, that's awesome. By the end of this summer, I fully expect that number is going to increase to close to $2 million because scholarship offers are still being brought in. Students are still showing me their letters and they're still receiving funds because they're so talented and gifted. At least 95% of the money they've earned is based on academic performance. This fact makes a huge statement about the time and effort that you as parents, our school, and our community in general has put in to educating our young people. Clearly, we have a lot to be proud of. Please applaud these young men and women for their accomplishments. You guys can sit. High school students who exceed graduation requirements in Ohio are eligible to receive an honors diploma. The academic honors diploma requires a student to earn higher level credits or more credits in math, science, and social studies. Additionally, the students must earn world language credits, have a 3.5 GPA, and a 27 on the ACT. The Career Technical Honors Diploma doesn't require world language, however, it does require 4 career technical education credits, and the student must also earn an industry-recognized credential to be proficient in a career technical assessment. At this time, we would like to give recognition to the students who have put forth the hard work and planning that goes into earning these 2 types of honors diplomas. Students, when I call your name, please stand. McKenna Auger, Leah Bricker, Brooke Bryant, Nicholas Jimerson, Sabrina Clavenger, Addison Lecty, Sky Marco, Andrew Muir, Ben Neatry, Samantha Parton, Calvin Brumigan, Eleanor Schwalbe, Sophie Trainer, Nick Trumbull, Sydney Wagner, Freddie Dybert, Devonna Muchler, Kelsey Crawford, and Caleb Ray. Please applaud these young men and women for their accomplishments. Finally, there's one more group of students who I would like to recognize, especially on this Memorial Day weekend. One should never overlook or underestimate the commitment and courage that young men and women, who willingly volunteer to go into harm's way to defend our country. This burden falls on the shoulders of less than 1% of the population. In fact, more U.S. students attend foreign schools each year than enlist in the military. At this time, I would like to recognize our courageous seniors who are entering the military after graduation. So when I call your name, please stand. Austin Marley, entering the Air National Guard. Shad Sundermeyer, the United States Navy. And Kaylee Clawman in the United States Marines. Please applaud them. Finally, on a personal note to the class of 2018, thank you so much for being who you are. It's been such a pleasure being a part of all of your lives for the last 4 years. From the first time we met, your freshman year, I remember talking to your parents, having a meeting and saying, these next 4 years are gonna fly, just wait, and here we are. It's just an incredible thing to see. I've gotten to know most of you very well, and you are an incredibly wonderful group of young men and women. And getting to work with you and be a part of your life has been such a blessing to me. I've so enjoyed watching you grow up, and I can't wait, thanks to social media, I can watch you continue. I'm excited to see what your future holds, and I wish you so many blessings on the road ahead. Thank you. At this time, it is my distinct honor to present to the Board of Education the Genoa High School class of 2018, consisting of 94 students present and 1 in spirit. These students have met the standards set forth not only by the state of Ohio, but also by the Genoa Area Local Board of Education. At this time, I would like to bring forward Mrs. Laura Minke, President of the Board of Education, to accept the class of 2018.
The students sitting here before us today are part of the graduating class of 2018, have met the standards set forth by the Genoa Board of Education and the state of Ohio to earn their diploma and graduate from Genoa area local schools. This is a very meaningful class for me. You were my first experience with Genoa schools. I wish you the greatest success. And I think everyone here is more than excited to see you succeed. They have come from far and wide. I know everyone's been sitting here for a while, so will everyone please stand if you can? If you live within the Genoa district, will you please sit? If you live within Greater Toledo, will you please sit? If you live within Northwest Ohio, will you please sit down? If you live within the perimeter of Detroit, Fort Wayne, Columbus, Cleveland, on into Toledo, please sit down. If you live within Ohio, will you please sit down? Wow. If you live within Kentucky, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, please sit down. We have some far-off visitors. They're all here because they are excited how far you have come, and they cannot wait for you to succeed. So, please go out there and do them proud. Thank you very much.
Ceremony has always been and will continue to be a dignified event. We will continue this honorable and classy event with behavior that is appropriate for this moment. A moment 13 years in the making. Each high school graduate deserves our utmost respect. Therefore, please hold your applause, name calling, hoot and hollering, whistling, a little woo-hoo, or whatever you may feel inclined to use to celebrate the graduate in your family until all graduates have received their diploma, and then together we can celebrate this special moment. Graduates, I can say that I think that I personally know each of you, and many of you have unique stories, highlights, and struggles, but you have made it to this day, this moment. And so what an honor to recognize you with your Genoa High School diploma. At this time, if we could ask board members to step to my left of the podium, and I will call Mr. Ferguson forward as we begin to present your diplomas.
Lacey Colleen Alleman. Emily Nicole Ankenbrandt. Jared J. Howard Applegate. McKenna Bree Auger. Joshua Anthony Baker. Clay Allen Richard Balduff. Carrie Ann Barnhart. Austin Michael Calvin Barrett. Xavier Joseph Beach. Abigail Christine Bigelow. Bryce M. Binion. Kelsey Nicole Morowitz. Josiah Craig Bradfield. Leah Marie Ricker. Brooke Haley Bryant. Dakota Walter Cochran. Kelsey Morgan Laree Crawford. Savannah Elizabeth De Leon. Paul Anthony Diaz Jr. Frederick V. Dibert. Mario Duran. Sierra Marie Dyer. Alexandria Nicole Eck. Noah Patrick Edwards. Trevor James Esker. Joseph Gary Fern. Jack Thomas Ford. Madison Lee Gates. Jordan Marcelino Gani. Justin Sherman Gani. Gary Paul Goodman. Darian Matthew Google. Anthony Taylor Hayes. Alicia Marie Henley. Jenna Lynn Henneman. Mason Joseph Hogan. Benjamin William Jackson. Devin Lee Jensen. Caleb Edward Giroux. Nicholas Harlow Jimerson. Caleb Allen Johnson. Kaylee Marie Plowman. Sabrina Ann Clavenger. Caleb Owen Kuhlman. Addison Grace Lectie. Sky X Marco. Austin Thomas Marley. Valerie Nicole Marquit. Tyler John Meeker. Amanda Eva Main. Jesselyn Anna Maria Miller. Aaron Jacob Molnar. Megan Riley Moore. Seth Allen Moore. Andrew David Muir. Benjamin Matthew Neatree. Lindsay Christine Nissen. Maggie Nicole Novotny. Samantha Daly Parton. Cheyenne Elizabeth Peacemaker. Lexus Ann Perkins. Owen Dane Phillips. Jordan M.P. Powers. Caleb Michael Ray. Kylie Nicolette Ramsey. Anna Lynn Rothkar. Victoria Lynn Rollins. Hannah Rose Rowland. Calvin Satria Ruby Rumingen. Kayla Ann Sakowski. Eleanor Gloria Schwalbe. Gabriel David Scott. Austin Hunter Schaefer. Grace Elizabeth Simmons. Hunter Michael Bradley Simmons. Braylon Roquel Sternberg. Emily Rose Stuhler. Shad Anthony Sundermeyer. Trent Michael Tate. Caleb Aaron Darian. Amber Gail Throckmorton. Matthew Allen Tipton. Sophie Rose Trainer. Nicholas William Trumbull. Destiny Marie Ulch. Kristen Ann Vargas. Madison Michaela Bauschau. Sydney Mary Wagner. Brandon Widener. Caden Cole Welker. Alexis Marie Williams. Abigail Elizabeth Wolf. Kaylee A. Work. And Diego Alexander Zapata.
you know how hard that was for your parents and loved ones to hold that long? Some of them want to jump and scream, and other ones needed to bring a towel for their tears and Kleenex when you do it. Parents, loved ones, thank you for letting each graduate enjoy their moment. They so deserve it. One last round of applause for the class. At this time, I ask that you each rise and join us in the singing of our alma mater. At this time, Sophie Trainer, president of the senior class, will lead our class of 2018 in the turning of their tassels. Closing our commencement ceremony this afternoon is Josiah Bradfield.
As the graduation ceremony comes to an end, I would like to say a few thank yous. Thank you to Ms. B and the rest of the staff for educating us and helping us plan our futures and pushing us to become better people. Thank you to all my family members for showing endless love and support. Thank you to the Genoa community for showing endless support at athletic events. To all students. Funny story about combination. I had the opportunity to play in the North-South game for football in the spring, and I played with two Eastwood kids, and I asked them how sweet it was to play in the state championship game, and they said it was cool, but it wasn't as loud as our stadium. They said our fans, were so much louder than Wheelersburg's, and our Genoa Common Volunteer Stadium is the hardest place to play, which I thought was pretty sweet. Lastly, thank you to the class of 2018 for making my time here at GHS truly special. The laughter, the tears, the good times and the bad are all memories I'll cherish forever. And as we count down the last few minutes of our senior year, I'll leave you with this. Don't go through the next chapter of your life with regrets. If you have a dream or a passion for something, pursue it. Look how fast the last 18 years have gone. The next 18 years will go by just as fast, and before you know it, we'll be 36 years old. Yes, I did the math. Set goals for yourself. Life's too short to just go through the motions and not have a purpose. Some goals will change, but you'd always find new ones and keep striving until you complete them and you reach success. The other day, my family members and I, not all of them, some of them, I have a big family,
We were sitting there, we were talking about things that stand in our way of success. And some of you guys know, I have a little brother named Nemo. His real name's Nehemiah, we call him Nemo. About this tall, he's 8 years old, he's a little version of me. I may have been cuter, but I don't want to get into that right now. We were talking about things that stand in our way of success. And we all threw out our ideas. Some of them were lack of determination, expectations from others, fear, which are all really good answers. But Nemo, he stands up, looks at us and says, death. And we all chuckled and laughed and we thought about it and we're like, he's right! The only physical thing between you and success is death. No matter how many times you fail, no matter how many times you fall off your horse, you can always get back up and keep riding. And that's the beautiful thing about life. My favorite quote is by Tim Tebow. Listen to what he says about success. Success comes in a lot of ways, but it doesn't come with money, and it doesn't come with fame. It comes from having a meaning in your life, doing what you love, and being passionate about what you do. That's having a life of success. When you have the ability to do what you love what you do, and the ability to impact people, that's having a life of success. That's having a life of meaning. I love this quote because it reminds us that even though we don't have a ton of money, or fame, or a nice car, or a pretty girl around our arm, you can still be successful. You just need passion and a purpose. Lastly, COM. Yes. Thank you.
As our marshal, Dylan Emilio, comes forward to receive the mace, I'd like to say to the class of 2018, Genoa High School is always here for you if you ever need anything along the way. May God bless you and keep you safe. We love you and congratulations.